As a net food importer, what can Malaysia do to ensure it does not face yet another food supply shortage that lead up to a spike in prices? Dr. Shaufique F. Sidique, Director of the Institute of Plantation Studies, discusses measures for consideration.
Malaysia is a net food importer, so when there is an increase in global food prices, we experience food inflation in this country. Now, not only that, we do not only import food, we also import inputs for food production. We import fertilizers, almost all, although we have natural gas and we produce our own urea, but the urea that we produce, we export. We import ammonium sulfate. We import muriate of potash. We import phosphorus. We don't have phosphate rock. We don't have muriate of potash here in Malaysia, so we don't have a choice but to import. So these are all inputs that you use in agriculture. And of course, prices will go up.
The government recently removed approved permits AP requirement for Malaysians to import food from abroad. Dr. Shaufique said the government must remain cautious in removing further APs for certain sectors, amid increasing calls to abolish all APs as requirements to tackle rising food prices.
You remove APs for sectors that we need to protect. Paddy and rice, for example, which the government does not allow free imports until now. I think that's the right move at this point of time. But for poultry, for an example, it is certainly a very short-run solution. It cannot persist in the long run. You cannot allow that to happen in the long run because you want to protect the poultry producers in Malaysia. If you allow cheap imports of cheap cuts, then it's going to be very difficult for them to compete, especially at times of rising cost of production.
Dr. Shaufique says any measures undertaken to tackle high food prices should prioritize the lower income group, as they spend at least 30% of their money on food.
You have to facilitate trade, make sure that prices are affordable to consumers. You can either subsidize production or provide cash assistance, or what we call transfer payments to consumers. See, the thing is, people who are affected by increase in food prices are the lower income group. They spend almost 30% of their income on food. So when there is an increase in food prices, they are definitely more affected. In the long run, what we need to do is we need to increase efficiency. We have to optimize our resources. And the way to go is to employ modern technology, which is already, stipulated in our latest Dasar Agro Makanan Negara. And this is not the first time we're seeing this. We said that also before. Everybody knows the employment of modern technology enables us to get more using the same amount of inputs.